Hello, and thank you for joining the Weedcast. My name is Aidyl, and I'm here with my husband, David. We have an amazing guest on the show tonight. Is Kyea Mofire.
Yeah,
Yay.
we're excited about Kyea. We know Kyea.
Fat Nugs Magazine photographer.
Yep, Fat Nugs Magazine photographer.
Before we get into that, please watch this short video.
And yeah, enjoy this. This is always pleasant.
Now, for the serious part, and this is especially important given the topics we are going to discuss tonight, including anything related to High Tide LLC or Mo High Tide or cannabis in general. Do not believe a single word I say, or anything my co-hosts say. Do not believe anything my guests say, without doing your own homework and consulting with qualified professionals. Seriously, we are here to entertain, provoke thought, and to share our perspectives. We are not offering medical, legal, or financial advice. The world of cannabis, particularly in Missouri, is very complex, with evolving laws and personal considerations that can vary. The internet is vast, libraries exist, and critical thinking along with checking local regulations is your best friend. So, listen, enjoy, but always do your own research and consult with experts when making important decisions. Do not take my advice. I am only slightly informed.
All right, that was fun. Okay, so let's see what else is on the script here. Oh yeah, next week's episode we got Quinn on from the Kyea Sober Recovery Program. He's going to be on here, the founder of the program. He's going to be on here to talk about his journey in the cannabis world and talk about the Kyea Sober Recovery Program. And actually, they're a sponsor for the show tonight, and we're going to do a little reading for them later. So stay tuned for that. Let's see. I think that is it for that. I just want to tell people how to get in touch with us. If you want to reach out to us, you can get in touch with me at mohighTide@gmail.com. You can reach out to me at 573-818-9985. I'm David Huckins on both Facebook and LinkedIn. Look for my Facebook page, High and Tight LLC, or join my group, the Weedcast. I'm also 420 High Tight on Instagram. The grams. Okay. I guess that kind of sums it up, and now we're ready to get into it with our guest for the evening, Kyea Mofire, Fat Nugs photographer, and quite an amazing character. You'll find out soon enough. Let's see if we can get you in here. Hey, Kyea.
Hi.
How you doing? Oh, we cannot hear you at all. There's a technical issue. There's no audio from your end.
Unmute me, bro.
Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah, unmute you. I muted you. Good job. Wow. Technical problem that I caused. Okay.
Stoner's doing work, you know what I mean?
Right.
No, Aidyl, it's so good to see you. You know I love you, David. It's always a fun time with you.
So
Kyea, I miss you guys.
Yeah, we miss you too.
We miss you too.
Yeah, so tell people if they would like to get in touch with you, how they can follow your work or get in touch with you.
What the heck?
I don't know.
I dropped. Mine's staying on. I'm not here. I guess I'm the only one doing work today.
We can still see you.
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can see you. Yeah, I can hear you just fine. You're perfect on my end.
Okay. So tell people how they can get in touch with you if they need to get in touch with Kyea, and tell people about what you're doing and what you got coming
up. You can reach me online. I mean, pretty much Google me, Kyea Mofire, Kyea Mofire. You can find me at Fat Nugs all the time, 24/7. Yeah, right now, you know, we've got some fire stuff in the works. We're working on kids and cannabis with Fat Nugs. We just did our higher education issue. Phenomenal. If you guys haven't seen us, check us out, fatnugsmag.com. Yeah, I'm just out here taking pictures, man. Living the life, living the dream.
So one thing cool about Fat Nugs Magazine is you can go see the whole thing online. It's very nice. The episodes they put out.
You can see us online. We hit events. You know, we have weekly zines, which are Fat Nugs is an open platform. Our boss doesn't tell us what to shoot, where to shoot, how to shoot, when to shoot. Nope. We kind of have that freedom to bring the issues that are important to us and important to the community into like a mainstream, which is super cool. You don't get that with most people. So yeah, it's been a journey, man. A fun one, but it's been a journey.
That's awesome. Let's get right into this interview. I'm going to ask a couple questions, then Aidyl's going to ask a couple questions. Do you want to ask the first one?
Yay,
Yeah,
my
this is the
favorite.
question that I always ask all my guests, but this time Aidyl is going to do the honors.
Okay. My first question: can you tell us about your first cannabis usage?
I can actually. um, I was pretty young. I was going into sixth grade. We had just moved from a town that I had grown up into this very, very small town called Somerville, Texas. Um, little dirt road community. It was so cool. Like the middle school, the high school was all in one building. The elementary was like 2 blocks away.
Oh, that's just like
This is the first time I ever saw people like ride a horse to school. It blew me away, you know. But it was a cool little community, and I made friends really fast. And one of my friends was like, "Have you ever smoked marijuana?" And I had grown up around it, so of course I knew what it was. I just hadn't consumed, and
right.
so we proceeded to skip school, sneak around, and so high. I remember going to his mom. I remember flashes. It was so. I remember going to his mom's house, and she had all this barbecue because they big on barbecue, right?
Yeah.
Eating like my body weight. Oh no, you dropped again.
Yeah. The audio keeps breaking up too.
I know. I was all. No,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah. We are probably going to have to. Oh, well, Kyea's back. Let's see if we can get her. Oh, actually, and she looks pretty good too.
Oh,
Yeah.
you look good.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but you look a lot better. Your
So
audio
out
feed.
here-
Yeah, you look fabulous all the time, Kyea, but your video feed looks better.
Thank you. No, yours looks not so bad itself. No, here we're having some weather. Usually Orville's, good for that. It's good for your internet dropping when there's bad weather and random lightning strikes that lead to nothing. So I blame it on the Chinook salmon. It's their fault.
So last thing I heard, you were talking about the community in Texas, and you were getting into. You said that you had never tried it before, but you knew what it was. So what happened next?
So I proceeded to get completely baked and gorged my body weight on barbecue at his mom's house. And then, out there, like we all have trucks, we all, do our thing. And so we get in his truck and we're like mobbing through the cow fields and I'm freaking out. And at one point I'm like on the floorboard of the truck, like laughing so hard I almost peed. And I remember these flashes of like, oh, I hope my mom doesn't ever hear about this. Like we may or may not have thank God he's in heaven now and he can't hear me, but we may or may not have stolen the big lawnmower thing and crashed it and, just kids. But yeah, it was a great experience. And it also it kind of opened me up to the fact that not every family involved in cannabis is like paints like drug dealer this or it was a very open community, a lot of free loving, colorful, eclectic families. So it was pretty cool to have a safe space to consume for the first time,
For sure.
So yeah, that was and a lot of barbecue that helped.
Oh wow, yeah, that's really cool. So yeah, you mentioned a couple things that typically happen when
we're cutting out again.
Munchies and paranoia.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think some people especially with edibles, you can always eat more, you can never eat less.
Right, yeah.
So it's to have a safe space where there's adults that are like, okay, it's pot. You're not out hurting yourself. It's not like you're throwing a wild party. It's just like a couple kids and all the parents agreed and they all knew each other. And just to have that environment to consume for the first time, I think was very beneficial and probably led me to the life I live now. So, which is, having a joint hanging out of my mouth pretty much every day, all day. So
how old were you at this time? Your first usage? Can you share that?
I think 13, about 13, 14. Yeah. Right when you go into sixth grade. Yeah, it was. I was probably a little young, but it was still fun.
Well, I was 11, and I think 11 is the most common age that people say. And I've even had guests say as young as 5. So,
What?
yeah, 5 years old.
I don't know about 5. I mean, around that time, my daughter would have been starting to become, not to consumption, obviously, but to the art of growing into cultivation. I just, for our kids in cannabis, I talk a lot about exposing kids early on to specifically like cannabis practices, not so much for the consumption and the recreation, but for one, we all know farm kids, they're a different breed, they have great work ethic. They're usually very respectful. And that all of that stems from, waking up, tending livestock, growing crops, that kind of thing. And so when you remove that stigma of cannabis and you expose kids to it, like I was exposed to it, we tend not to like jump off the deep end with it. Like some kids, they try and then immediately, that's why they call it a gateway drug, right? Immediately they're like crack cocaine, and that's, yeah, it happens, but that's, that's not like the majority. And
Sure.
so, yeah, so my daughter around 5, 6, we started exposing her to the art of growing. And by 9, she was growing a plant and then donating the medicine to a veteran.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah.
Very cool.
So it's, yeah. It was beneficial, I think.
You kind of answered the second question, which was after your initial experience, what was your relationship with the plant life or plant like after that? Were you a consumer after that? Were you totally immersed in the culture? Were you in love at first use? What happened?
So in the beginning, like I would smoke socially. Like at that point, I was like, oh, okay, I've done it. I'm in a cool club. And so I would smoke and hang out with my friends and, on the off chance skip school and not get murdered by my parents or end up grounded. But by the time I was 15, I was actually working at a tattoo shop part-time.
Okay.
And the guy that I worked for had the coolest taste in music. He was a diehard Grateful Dead fan. So I was exposed a lot to the Grateful Dead. And it was at that point, sitting in the shop for 12 hours a day, doing tattoo outlines by hand, and then jamming the Grateful Dead and smoking reefer in the back. And that's really where I was truly exposed and embraced not just the plant, but the culture. And I was around, for instance, Notorious Ed Potter, shout out, Boo Boo, I love you. He taught me pretty much everything I know about tattooing. And
Oh, cool.
he was let's just say he was a connoisseur. He still to this day is a connoisseur. My daughter, actually, her very first plant she ever grew, she made speak of my daughter, like she just commented. That's awesome.
She?
Yeah. Hi, Stell. Love you, kiddo.
Let's throw that on. Aww.
Yeah,
Thank you.
We're all love here. We're all about support with each other. They say that when you cultivate yourself, and caring for something much larger than yourself is always, you can't ever go wrong there, So that's just, Stella could tell you that's our thing is plant medicine, earth sciences, that it's important to us. It's kind of like what I have to leave my kiddo, like your legacy and cannabis and the ability to make your own medicine, make medicine for other people, dude. Teach your kids to cultivate, to farm, to be sufficient, like, I don't know.
I do know.
It's going to sound dorky and my daughter's going to kill me for saying it, but like, what do the kids say? Hashtag reuse, recycle.
That's awesome. Let's see. Yeah, we got a great follow-up question. Go ahead with number 3, baby.
You're known as both a cultivator and an artist. Which of those two passions came first in your life?
Oh, art. Out the gate. As
Okay.
soon as I could pick up a pen, I was drawing, sketching, painting. You can look around, like everything behind me. I don't know if you see this giant, massive collage. I call it Leave Me Alone. I got angry one day and I cut up a bunch of Leaf magazines and made this massive collage, called it Leave Me Alone.
Gotcha.
I'm constantly drawing on everything. Anybody that knows me is like, Kai draws on my shit all the time. Like, you can leave me in a room with $1 million in small bills and I won't touch a penny, but you leave me in a room with the Sharpie, that motherfucker's going in my pocket all day. So
I'm the same way. I'm
yeah.
the same way with weed.
You know what I mean? Like, put the two together. How do you Sharpie?
No, I mean, if I find some and nobody's looking at it, that's going in my pocket.
Which, you know, it's funny that art and cannabis, though, in my life came together almost like in a synchronicity. So I had a friend, right? I was not doing great in life. Like at one point, I was a dumpster fire. I know you can't tell because I'm glorious now, glow up. But no, I'm just kidding. But no, seriously, I was kind of a garbage human. You know, I was like beach bumming. I was like living out in the dunes, like trying to chase the surf. Like, oh, I skate all day. Like, you know, total like Central California kid. And as much as awesome as that experience was, like, eventually you have to grow up. You know, my daughter, I was blessed with my daughter. So can't have her living in the sand. So, I mean, I could have. She probably would have loved it. She did for a little while. She lived with me out there for a little bit. But no, I met this guy. We used to smoke weed at the duck pond in Oceano. He was this cool little deadhead hippie kid. We started, you know, changing strains, weed seeds. You know how that love grows, you know?
Sure.
And he became one of my very best friends. And he actually lived in Northern California in Cohasset, which is where I developed my grower/artist lifestyle. And so when he had a spat with his lover and she bailed, she's all, deuces, you're crazy and he can't be alone. So he was like, hey, what are you doing for the next couple months? You should come up here. So I came up here and he would yell at me in the morning because I was supposed to be watering the plants. And instead I'd be like sitting in the dirt sketching them like some Picasso stoner, you know, hippie chick. I don't know. It's crazy with my little mini dog. And he would be like, stop drawing that shit and water it. Like, fuck, you can't draw it if it's dead. You know, like, and so, yeah. Yeah. So I met this other couple and they became kind of a lifeboat for me, so to speak. They pretty much saved me and my daughter's life. They brought us out. They were so amazing. Let us live there, like taught me to grow. And then one day I think he was tired of me drawing in the garden too. I'm not sure. Or drawing on his stuff. I don't really know. But he was like, you know, have you ever thought about taking a photo of the plant? He's like, just saying it might be faster, you know? And for someone that loves instant gratification as much as I do, it was like being able to instantly paint a picture. And for the next 2 years, I did nothing but eat, sleep, and breathe cannabis photography and cannabis fine art. So much so that I did a clothing line based off of full sublimation with those photos that I was taking in the garden. People hate me to this day. They still talk about how I would bang on their door at like 7 a.m. and be like, don't mind me, I'm going to go to your garden. And these people had no clue who the fuck I was, had never seen me before. I'm like a stranger, just like, oh, hey, with my camera equipment, like, ooh. And yeah, and I would spend days, hours, like you name it, weeks. I've spent days in a shark cage to get the right shot. So my favorite place to be in the entire world is on my back, underneath the plant, camera in hand, joint in the other, and probably some like dope reggae in the background, you know? And my kid probably saying something smart ass or throwing something at me, trying to freak me out.
My favorite place to be in the world is right where I'm at, right next to my wife.
Man, if I had one that looked like and act like her, I would too.
I'm so lucky.
You are lucky. Don't fuck it up. No, I'm just kidding.
I probably will. It's been 13 years, and honestly, I'm surprised I haven't effed it up yet.
Hey man, I'm just stoked to see her on cam. I am so honored that you're doing this. I know how you feel. I know you, girl. Thank you. I love you.
We got a good comment from Johnny Cueball from Casey.
Oh, Casey. Yeah. Casey is a very, very good friend of mine from my Oceano Dune days. He can tell you, if there wasn't sand in your crack, you probably weren't hanging out with me that day. So, yeah. Casey's super fun. He's a great guy. You guys should reach out to him. He about community and that whole lifestyle. So
What does
love you,
Casey
Case.
do?
Thanks for tuning in, bro.
What's Casey do?
Casey, you tell him. He is a jack of all trades.
No, is he? Well,
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Part
Now
madman.
to our question. How does your personal hands-on experience as a grower change the way you see and photograph the plant?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, right.
So
Good job,
I
dude.
think, you can, my favorite, it's my biggest compliment. My biggest compliment is that when people who don't smoke or aren't exposed to cannabis see my photos and are like, oh my God, what kind of orchid is that? Or lily is that? Like they have no clue. And then I get the joy of being like, oh, that's weed, bro. And that's always a fun conversation to have. It kind of brings, the awareness out a little bit. And it's cool when what you're looking for. Like I have whole love affairs with insects and plant pests. Let me tell you, like aphids, ew, they're disgusting, but they are so fun to photograph. They're so weird. Praying mantises are probably one of my favorites to photograph.
Oh, wow.
Grasshoppers. Okay, here. So as a grower, you know that grasshoppers eat plants, right? And it's usually a pest. Well, in cannabis is concerned, more oftentimes than not, the grasshopper will not eat the cannabis plant, but it will live on it and use it as a source of shelter. And the cool thing is that over time, genetically, they can change their own colors to match that plant.
Huh.
And I've seen this in action. I photographed a garden that had been in the same place for 40 years, right? And the guy was so meticulous, he was more OCD than me. He had all of his plants, all the purpler genetics would be over in this one. All the, pink pistol ones would be over in this side. All the bright greens would be on this side. And
Okay.
it was so segregated that all the little bugs would like grasshoppers would match the plants. The purple grasshoppers would be on the purple plants, the green on the green. One of my favorite photos I took, and you can literally see the saw pattern on the grasshopper leg that it exactly matches the cannabis plant that it's standing on. It was such a phenomenal realization to mix art with science and then have that understanding oh, it's not a pest, Well, it can be, don't get me wrong, but because I've seen them, some of them are a pest, but sometimes you get those moments that are just really cool. And if you kind of know where to look on the plant, you know what to look for, maybe what other people would want to see. But for me, it's all about finding all that weird crap that nobody sees and bringing that to light and making it look cool because, nature is freaking badass.
It is. I think that I read that cannabis, not just cannabis plants, but plants in general, will can express different smells through their terpenes that will attract or repel different insects depending on what that plant needs or is trying to get rid of. Or
Facts.
it might attract some insects to the plant that will kill off the aphids. Like it's going to attract the ladybugs so that it'll eat the aphids that are, eating it. Who knows if that's true, but definitely insects are attracted and repelled by different scents, so it makes sense.
Facts. I don't know if you've ever seen a praying mantis eat aphids off of a cannabis plant, but it is probably one of the most brutal, Nat Geo episodes you'll ever watch in your life. They have these big barbs, right? They're I forgot the name because, but they're big barbs on their arms, and they will take one of their legs and lift up the leaf like this and hold it up kind of at a bow shape and take those barbs and run their barbs up the leaf and stab all the little aphids onto the barbs and then sit there and eat it off like little aphid kebabs.
Oh, wow.
And, aphids are they're jellyish looking, they have gooey, I call them gooey bugs. They're goo bugs. If you push it, it squishes, it's a goo bug. So, but yeah, they're goo bugs. And so they get this gnarly, I don't know, aphid massacre jelly on their arm and start eating it slowly. And you can see it. It's such a cool thing to watch. It's I'm telling you. Cannabis is one of those plants, though. Each one is so unique, even if it's the same strain. You have so many phenos and concepts and different grow techniques that I could photograph 1,000 pre-98 Bubbas, and everyone would be different in its own weird, cool little, cannabis way that we all love so much,
For sure. Yeah. I feel that. I'm going to take a moment here to give some time on the show. I'm going to take the spotlight for just a minute here. I think I'm going to try to anyway. Let's see what happens.
Correct.
And we're going to talk about the Cali Sober Recovery Program. If I
Heck
can get
yeah.
this to work. Are you familiar with those, Kyea? Right on. Okay. Well, we want you guys to check out the Cali Sober Recovery website. They're more than just a program, they're a movement. The Cali Sober Recovery website is your one-stop hub for everything recovery. Explore their meeting schedules, workbooks, merchandise, and peer support resources designed to support every pathway of recovery, whether that's harm reduction, MAT, abstinence, or anything in between. Visit www.calisoberrecovery.com, CALISOBERRECOVERY.com, to connect with the community, access recovery tools, and find real support for every stage of your journey. The Kansas City, Missouri Cali Sober is doing a bonfire meeting this Friday. So if you're in the area, it's in Kansas City. It's that time again. Join us for the weekly Cali Sober bonfire meeting. We might go. And have you ever been to a bonfire before? Okay, that might be fun. So it's going to be a night of connection, recovery, and good vibes under the stars this Friday at 7 at 18005 East 31st Terrace and Drive in South Independence, Missouri. Chaired by Sarah and I hope that I get this right, Bree or Bri, B-R-I. Come be part of the firelight, laughter, and deep conversations that fuel real recovery. Whether you're new or returning, this is a safe space for all pathways of recovery. Bring your friends, bring your story and your spark. We'll bring the fire. I haven't been to one of them, but I think that's a good excuse to go. Bonfire sounds like a lot of fun. Let's see if we can get Kyea back in here. Hey, there she is. So are you familiar with the Cali Sober Recovery Program? You know anything about that?
I am not directly, but I encourage anybody to live your life, be the healthiest, best version of you can be, and if you need help, ask, and just support each other, man. There's already enough weight.
Briefly, the Cali Sober Recovery Program is a addiction recovery program that actually encourages or at least supports the use of cannabis, but no other substance, no alcohol or no other hard drugs or anything. So if you're interested in trying to find a pathway to sobriety where people aren't going to yell at you for using cannabis, this is a friendly place.
We need more like it. I know a lot of people that have used cannabis to quit, things they never could. Sorry, you have to excuse me. Riot is all of a sudden he sees cameras and he thinks it's the show about him.
Who you got there? Who is that?
This is Sir Riot. Come here, buddy. He's like 120 pounds of. Why did I adopt this dog?
Is that allowed?
Yeah, he's a beast. No, he's a Staffordshire Pit and Border Collie, but he is the epitome of weed eating dog. He will eat all my weed. He likes the plants when they're like the leaves when they're crunchy. He eats them like chips.
Oh.
So yeah, he's a great dog. Oh yeah, see, like he's bringing squishy toy. He thinks it's about him. So, but get sober, use weed, do what you got to do, man.
Yep.
Healthy world.
My next question for you, Kyea. Let's talk about Fat Nugs Magazine. How did you first get involved, and what was the original vision you had for its visual style?
Great question.
Oh man!
Wow,
you're coming with the good questions. Dang, Aidyl's coming in with
mind blown with that one.
I know I'm gonna go home and have like a midlife crisis or something. No, so I think Dustin and I instantly just spoke this creative love language. I actually reached out. I don't know if you guys know the history of Fat Nugs, but it started as just a name. Dustin created like a magazine cover one Friday and called it Fat Nugs Day, and did it again the next Friday, and this tended to escalate, and everybody was like, oh my God, where do I get this, subscription? And so it turns into this passion project. And going into that, I think they had a lot of like, their own creative art. They didn't have many plant photos from what I've seen in the issues that I've seen, the back issues before me. But I reached out one day, and at this point I was sending in photos, probably 100 a day, every magazine, anywhere. I had this thing. I wanted to see it in print, like I had this like point to prove to myself that I could do this, that cannabis could be just as, popular as art and da da da. And so I wanted to see it in print. It was like, it was going to happen, So I reached out, and then for Fat Nugs, and just the one cover that I saw, the little things on the side of the cover of the issue, like talks about the articles, the little catchphrases and stuff like that. And I'll never forget it. It was like hearing my own voice in my head, like some of the things that they were, the topics. And they were both forbidden topics, taboo topics, but very welcome topics. It was like this cornucopia of free journalism. And I was like, oh my God, I want to work for them. And the cover was dope. So, I believe it was the Legacy issue, which has all the cool faces. It's green. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. And then the 420 Women's came out. Oh, even better. I just kept falling more in love with what they were doing. So I finally, put on my big girl panties, and I reached out to Dustin. And I think I remember being like, I don't even care. I will sweep your floors. Like, how do I get in on this? And, at the time, like, we're still, we are a newer publication. We're coming in hot, but we are a newer publication. And so it was funny to have the conversation, because I was like totally just in awe that this creator of this magazine was even talking to me, and that I was like possibly going to get to put photos in it. You know what I mean? But we had such a phenomenal connection and conversation about, like, we're both skaters at heart, musicians. He plays in a band. I play music. We both skate, obviously, or we used to. Now we're not old. And we both
broken bones don't heal as quickly as they used to.
I'm telling you, that shit hurts. But no, it was refreshing. It was like a fucking fresh breeze came through, man. And he just lit my fire, and I hope I lit his in not a weird way, but it was just amazing. And we had talked about a centerfold, about taking it back to the roots, the old school days. Like, I don't know if you guys remember ever getting like a High Times, or what was the other one? Plant. I don't know if you remember Plant back in the day. Oh, it was epic. You could only get them at a few shops, and then your friends would trade them and pass them around, so your parents didn't find them. And it was just like the coolest thing ever. And they had these gorgeous centerfolds. And that was like the whole reason you kept the magazine, was so you get the dope poster, right?
Sure.
And so we had this really cool convo about centerfolds and cannabis, and decided, you know what, let's do this. Let's go for it. Let's put a centerfold in. And so I became the first in-house photographer, and we did our first centerfold, which it's in our music edition. It's phenomenal, if I might say so myself. It's my favorite strain. It's Blue Dragon Dog. It is the first time I ever saw purple pot of that caliber. It was just absolutely glorious, big fat nug, and it's a beautiful centerfold. I mean, just beautiful centerfold. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's probably sold out. I think it's been sold out since we sold out the first time. You got to get these when they come out. They're pretty hot right now. We're doing big things.
So the way you were talking about your boss, kind of being a fan, that's exactly how Aidyl and I feel about you. We don't know a lot of big name, super famous celebrities that we hobnob around town with and say, oh, we know that person. So
that's what I say about y'all. And don't make my head any bigger. It already looks funny, dude. And I will not grow into it. So no, you guys are amazing. I freaking love your work. I've always been, the moment I think I fell in love with your wife. So she's just such a shining light in a room full of people. I can always pick her out. She makes me smile every time I see her. You're funny as hell. Like, far on a serious level. I mean, that, you know.
Yeah, you're totally right about that. My wife is amazing, and I am super handsome. Thank you for mentioning that to everybody. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad
You're
somebody
pretty neat,
finally
bro.
mentioned it.
Now, I don't
Another
like that
thing that
word.
you
That word makes me nervous.
another thing that you said that kind of resonated with me is that your boss, would you say his name was Dennis?
Dustin Huxford. I call him hashtag best boss ever. I've called him that since like a weekend. So,
So
yeah. I
when
need
you
to
were
call him
talking,
boss or literally do the hashtag because I'm a dork. It'd be like hashtag best boss ever. So,
so when you were talking
I
about
don't know
him,
whether or not he thinks I just need like a whole HR department for myself usually because I have no filter, no couth, and I'm usually tripping, falling, and Mr. Magooing my way through life. And
yeah,
he puts up with it so graciously. But, you know, now we have more photographers. So
yeah,
my little photo family has grown. We have Paula and we have Daryl and Bird. He's
oh,
amazing. You know, if you guys like, I don't know if you guys are doing MJ Biz.
yeah,
We'll
we
be out
are.
there doing Facebook Cannabis. Super cool. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Daryl Peach is amazing. Yeah, Paula's doing, oh my God, she's making me look bad. She's doing so dang good. Her photos are phenomenal. Her product photography is absolutely stunning. So I couldn't be, and Jessica, our editor, is probably like the coolest ever. She's so dope. She like tours the world in a van. June, oh my God, I call June HR because she definitely puts up with my crap. She's actually roomed with me at events before, so she deserves to get at least a 1-2 in there at some point because I owe her. But yeah, no, we're an amazing family, and where we go one, we go all. So we're here for the plant.
Aidyl and I will be at BizCon. I won a social equity scholarship to attend. So
Yay! Fuck yeah!
yeah, so we're still trying to pick up some sponsors to help us cover the rest of the expenses because staying in Vegas for a few days is not cheap.
It is not cheap. You are correct. And you know, this is why I tell people I'm like, it's cool to go to those big, bright, shiny, blinky buildings. No, me, I'm given the opportunity. I'm at the campsite down the road, or
Mm.
I'm at that cheap, like whatever, you know, has like 4 slot machines in the lobby type size casino. Because yeah, I don't need the amenities. I'm there for,
You
I
don't
probably
have to
wouldn't even
stay at
go
the
there.
campground. We can rent you the bathroom. You can sleep in the bathtub at our place.
Well, I am down. I
Right
just think
on.
I want sleeping bag on the all day, every day.
Right on. Wow, you're totally welcome to stay with us. Yeah, we're going to be there, and we definitely need to link up. We'll do another podcast. We'll do another live stream podcast. Hey,
Yeah, dude, we're doing Light Up Las Vegas. So you guys have got to like come out and, you know, drop in, fucking roll up, come say hi, because it's going to be insane.
well,
Insane. We have live art exhibits. We have Faces of Cannabis. We have a band. It's going to be super fun. And we're still welcoming more. So, like you said, you know, excuse me, sponsors.
yeah,
Let's go,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
be a part of it because it's going to be freaking epic. So,
Oh,
yeah.
Stella's back,
Oh, yay. She
and
my biggest fan.
also
But
your
she's what I
buddy,
do all this for. So, she's my heart and soul.
your buddy Johnny Q-Ball says that you're famous in his book. Oh, isn't that
Oh,
special?
yeah,
Oh,
that's because I leave scars on people, like actual ones from, you know, falling over and tripping. Yeah, some fairy sparkles coming right out of my ass, let me tell you.
so you were talking
It's got
earlier
my
about
butt sprinkled.
you were talking earlier about how your boss was faking it with fake magazine cover. I kind of did the same thing. That resonated with me because I did the same thing recently. I was asking for sponsors, and I wasn't getting any sponsors, and I still need some paying sponsors. But
Right?
I made a couple of fake ads, one for a legal company and this one. Take a look at this, Kyea. I don't know if you've seen this, but take a look at this and tell me
Oh, no.
tell me
Is
your
this going to
honest
be like the
opinion.
song that was stuck in my head for a week? Because I still, I hum that still.
Yeah, that's exactly what I hope this is going to be. You ready?
Evil shenanigans, friend.
Is your life feeling empty?
Oh, you.
Spark,
I knew it.
suffering from a critical lack of Dave? You need more Dave in your life, and now you can get it with the Dave experience from the Weedcast. Just listen to these satisfied customers.
My life was so boring before Dave, but now I have Dave, and everything is Dave. Thanks, Dave.
That's right. With a sponsorship on the Weedcast, you can get all the Dave you can handle. Dave will talk about your brand. Dave will promote your event. Dave.
But seriously, if you have a brand or a service in the cannabis space and you want to get your message out to our amazing community, I'd love to partner with you. Sponsorship on this show is a direct line to a dedicated audience.
First of all,
Is your life feeling
First of all-
It's playing again. Let me stop it.
Spark?
Okay, there we go. All right.
I have two things to say. A, why do I not have a Dave bobblehead? I'm very upset about that. And two, I better get one of those I need Dave shirts. Like right away. Stat. It is a moral imperative. I must wear this shirt.
I had a friend, Samantha, that was trying to help me. She's been a guest on the show. She was trying to help me get some sponsors and trying to figure out a way to. She said that I should set up one of those. Gosh, I forget what she said. A store where people can buy shirts and your merch and stuff like that. So I really need to do that, especially with the Dave commercial, because you're the second person that said they want a Dave bobblehead. So that should be a product.
Dude. That thing would go right on like a VW all day, every day, just bobbing around. I have to have this now. This is like, oh, I get a beautiful idol one to sit next to you. That way she can shake her hips and look at you, and you can look back. Y'all can bobble together.
Yeah. We're just. Awesome.
You guys are so much fun. I love you guys so much. I love these conversations we have. You guys have always been just super cool and chill, and
Thank you for being so sweet.
I got good company. You know what I mean?
For sure. 100%. Aidyl really wants to ask you another question. She's been holding the question like this already.
Okay, this one.
Okay.
The magazine calls you the original visionary. What were you seeing in other cannabis media at the time that made you feel a different approach was needed? Sorry.
You still there, Kyea? Oh, Kyea has left the building. Oh, and now she's back.
Oh, no.
There she is.
Okay.
Hey,
That was
did you hear the question?
It was like the moment she went to ask, it dropped her.
Oh, okay.
Damn it.
Perfect.
Okay.
We're perfect.
Okay, the magazine calls you the original visionary. What were you seeing in other cannabis media at the time that made you feel a different approach was needed?
God, man, did you study for this test? Like you're
She's bringing it with the fire questions. Woo.
I'm telling you. I think when I started, it was a lot of not the same. Like I idolized, Eric Nugshot, or Nugshots, all of these people that were just so good, and they all had some of the coolest equipment, and at the time I knew fuck all about cameras or photography, like I used to buy the little wind up ones that I think I had a Polaroid once for a little while, but it wasn't like photography. I woke up and was like, oh, I'm gonna be a photographer. It was never like that until I saw stunning photos like macro, and things like that I wanted to do that. I wanted to see it from my end though, and so I bought a little cheap $300 camera from Best Buy. Until the beginning of this year, I had to have two very expensive Canons that I still set down and use my before I use that, just because that thing, oh my God, it's got like resin all over it. I've forgotten it in the garden, and it's got like water in, like I've dropped it in tea tanks. This camera has been through some shit, and but I learned I learned how to see things, maybe not like what most people would see. So where everybody else was doing trichome shots, I would do like microscopic bugs on trichome shots. You know, I tried to just do me. I don't think it was ever like, oh, they're doing this, so I'm going to do this. It was just like, oh, that's freaking cool. I want to learn how to do that.
Oh, cool.
And then would spend 6 months obsessively, unhealthily focused on how to do that until I got it to look like what it looked like in my head. So
that's amazing. That's interesting. So you were more inspired by what other people were doing. That's really cool. So did you, when you were out there, were you looking at the way people were doing things and you were like, I like the way this is done, but I'd like to do this with a slightly different approach to put my own Kyea flavor on that project?
I'd say
It's okay.
We've totally lost the audio. And Kya's all frozen up on the video from where we're sitting. We'll give it a second.
Yes.
See if she pops back in.
No, we just did that.
We've already done just about an hour of the show anyway. Oh, here she's back. Here we go. Kyea Mofire.
Yeah, when it thunders, it's going to go out, I think.
Cancel.
I think that's the trend.
I don't want to do that. No, she's not back. Okay.
I'm not back. I'm back.
Maybe she's.
You there, Kyea?
You left me in the box.
Kyea.
I'm here. I don't know if y'all can hear me.
Let's wait.
Is that better?
There she is. Hey.
I was like, I'm here. Don't leave me in the box. No, when it starts to thunder, apparently the signal's off. So
it happens.
Orville's kind of known for death zoning. It's not the best for the internet now.
We are. This is something important that needs to happen right now. Just pay close attention to this.
It was silent. Did you fart? I know. Are you holding a jar?
It's a great segue. That was my zipper because we have just entered the pants optional portion of the show where we can kind of let our hair down and just talk about whatever. It doesn't have to be all about Kyea now. So,
oh God.
Yeah, right. So, Aidyl has a lot of questions on deck that she's been wanting to ask you. So what is it that you wanted to ask? What do you want to ask Kyea?
What kind of question? This one?
I just totally threw her under the bus. She's like, what? That was me.
Man, who gave you a bus license?
I know. Oh, wow.
You look so clear. I like you look so clear.
Oh, this is a great time to do this part. Okay, so what I would like to do now, is since the audio and video is coming through really good, is see if I could get you to provide a testimonial, like all the positive ways in which the Weedcast has improved your life. Like, you know, you're probably going to get better gas mileage in your vehicle tomorrow. And the IRS is going to contact you and say, hey, don't worry about taxes this year. You get a pass. You've been on the Weedcast, you know? I'd love for you to have a test, say something about how this has improved your life. I got a big thing we'll do, right? So, you got anything you want to say?
Yeah, man. Like I said earlier, in the immortal words of Socrates, I ate what? So let me think. Well, my ego's bigger. My freedom, my sense of independence has grown significantly. My understanding of my attraction to your wife has grown significantly. Call me. No, I'm just kidding. No, you guys are doing amazing things out there. You're just shiny and diamonds, and I fucking love you guys. And fuck, without y'all, who would the world revolve around? It's a Weedcast, bro.
Right on.
Are you anybody if you're not on the Weedcast? Really?
Yeah, you probably are still somebody, but I mean, it's going to change your life for the better if you are on it, or even if you watch it. It's going to improve your life.
Yeah, well, I'll be damned if I'm complimented by someone who's slightly informed.
Well said. Well said. Well done, Kyea.
No worries, y'all. I'm so glad to have sit down with, get any time with y'all. It's always amazing.
Did you
So,
have a joke that you wanted to share with everybody? I also like to do a joke at the end of the show.
oh, what do you call a cannabis prohibitionist with no arms and no legs?
I don't know what.
You call him Matt. Now, do you know where you left him?
Nowhere.
On the floor.
God.
I can't tell inappropriate jokes. My daughter's still awake.
No. How old is your daughter?
16.
Oh, okay.
And she's like 6'2". I'm screwed. She's gorgeous. Gorgeous. And I can't own guns. So that's all right, though. You know what? It's not illegal to own a trebuchet. So come on, prom date. See what happens.
Wow.
Her name is Stella. That's her real
Her
name.
name is Stella. Stella Blue after the Grateful Dead.
Hey, Stella. Thanks for tuning in. Mad love to you and your mom.
So, yeah, she's my whole heart, you guys. She's awesome. You guys can read all about her in, our upcoming issue of Cannabis and Kids, man. So, and, I know it's a controversial subject. So I encourage all you people out there that want to voice it or want to be a part of it to, come on, because it's a conversation that needs to be had. There's nothing wrong with having it. And the more people we can get on board, the better off we'll all be. So.
Man, I have had the internet blowing up at me this week about stuff I've said about conversations that need to be had. A lot of times people get very angry when you say the truth and they don't want to believe it, or they're trying to spread things that are not truthful. People get really upset about it. So tell us about what you're doing with that.
So I don't know if you guys have heard of Magnificent Messiah.
Oh, for sure.
He's
we know.
Amazing, he's micro or small. How do you say it?
Micro business.
Oh my God!
Micro.
Thank you. All around, he is just a righteous, fucking rad dude. He and I, we clicked. I met him through the absolutely gorgeous Penny Lane, who you know very well. She's probably one of my favorite women in cannabis ever, if not my favorite woman in cannabis. I work with her all the time. She's super fun. She introduces me to the most eclectically amazing people in the community.
That's how
just
we
like
met.
You guys, Yeah. So she introduced us, and we both just have this like desire and heart fire to ask those weird questions, because I think we both believe you can talk it out. Anybody's capable of talking it out and agreeing to disagree. You know what I mean? And so we started. I started a little project. I met a very cool guy from Iraq. He was born and raised there, whatever. He's in America now as a citizen. He has like a little store and stuff. And, I would go by and we started having really awesome conversations about life, the universe, and everything.
Oh, fun.
And yeah, I know. And so because we're all a bunch of, shit starting mofos up in here, we decided to give it a nice eye-catching, questionable name. So we call it, the first 3 segments are the infidel and the terrorist conversations.
Oh, nice.
And I being the infidel and him being the terrorist, because we both went into this agreement. We would have these conversations and we would leave all the rules out. Like I could ask him about everything as dark as honor killings, and he could ask me everything as far as, American religious value, like whatever. Like it was no holds barred. And it was the first time in a very, very long time I was able to have these true like moments where you just connect and you're learning something and you're considering and you're actually like lifting the veil between the differences between you and somebody else. And it's somebody that you never in a million years would have thought you'd be like sitting outside, smoking a joint, having this brilliant conversation. And so, yeah, I've been posting a lot of them. There's conversations about, the balance, the 3-way balance. There's conversations about love and marriage. There's children, family, everything. One of my favorites is The Art of Breaking Bread. So if you get a chance, check it out. You can check it out on all my socials, or DM me. I'll shoot you the link. you know?
Yeah, we
So,
didn't
but yeah,
even.
we're going to get more conflicting ideas and we're going to have more conversations.
Oh, we got
So,
time for this stuff. We wanted to talk about Planet Kaya too. We didn't even talk about that yet.
Planet Kaya. Well, I am Planet Kaya. No, welcome to Planet Kaya.
Right? Yeah. Tell
No,
us
this
about
is,
Planet Kaya.
you know, I get bored and I like to make shit. So, you know, and I do a lot, like, I don't know. I love going out and helping like the homeless dudes, and I'm the first, you know, like, I don't know. It doesn't take too many hours out of your day to like make a couple sandwiches or boil some eggs, or, you know, if you see a bunch of blankets on sale, pick them up, you know, help out. It's winter's coming. Be kind to each other, you know, and Planet Kai is all about that. It's all about just going out, being you, creating art, like giving other people a chance to show you what they have, you know, like in their passion and their heart. And just, I don't know. You know, that lighter, the metaphor about the lighters, like you have two lighters and one flame goes out and the other flame can relight that flame. You know
Oh
that?
yeah,
Have you ever
yeah,
heard that one?
yeah, yeah.
It's kind of like that, you know, like I think too many lighters have gone out. You know, we've all been in the concert waving our lighters around too long and now our flame's down. So we got to like go and help out some people, you know, and it's just something I have to do. It's not a want, it's not a passion. It's a must, a need.
So, where can people get? How can people get involved? What do they want to do if people need to say, "Hey, look, I got $1 million I'm not spending. I want to give it to Planet Kaya." How could somebody donate
No,
that
no, no,
money
no. Here's the
or
deal. Don't
resources
give
to
it. Do
your
not give
cause?
it to Planet Kaya. Don't give it to Planet Kaya ever. No, I'll lose it just as quick as I lose car keys. No, Planet Kaya is just, it's a term like, I used to joke around when people would be like, you know, who do you think you are? What, you think you can just do whatever you want? And I'd be like, on Planet Kaya, I can do whatever, you know? And so when I get, you know, tickets from the police department for helping out the homeless, you know, I would be like, hey, on Planet Kaya, it's cool to help the homeless. You should try it sometime. You know, write me that ticket, worth it. And so it just became this like catchphrase. So I
And
don't
what?
be Planet Kaya, go be Planet Dave, go be Planet, you know, Aidyl. Like, go be Planet fucking be a decent human, you know? And that's what it's about. It's don't send me your money. Take that money and go get them some blankets or make them a meal, you know? Cuz I guarantee you, like, yeah, money is important. It is, obviously. But sometimes just that connection is more valuable than that dollar bill ever fucking will be, you know?
So,
So, and I know when I was homeless, I appreciated a meal, a home cooked meal, more than I ever did a dollar. So, you know,
so,
offer them a job. Maybe you need some help around your yard or something. Like, I
so,
don't
if I'm
know.
understanding you correctly, Planet Kaya is not an organization that helps people. It's an idea or a principle that could guide your life to help others. Is that
Exactly.
what I'm hearing?
Exactly right.
Wow, it was like the Holy Spirit of Kyaness just descended from the heavens right into my body.
Yeah, you and my
Hallelujah,
crooked
testify,
halo.
testify. You know
Don't
what?
hey, don't get me wrong. I'm not innocent. I get something out of it. I get to meet hella cool people.
Sure,
I
yeah,
get to fucking, you know, make life a little easier for not just myself but them too. Like, you know, I put it that I feed the homeless in Vegas all the time, right? I went and sat down on the curb, saw this homeless dude. He was having a rough fucking night, man. And I had a blunt and I was like, hey, bro, let's blaze up. And he was like, what? Like, city white girl gonna blaze with, you know, like it was just this weird moment where we just like, we didn't even talk. We just sat in silence and smoked. Well, I had set my cell phone down on the curb and I left it and drove all the way across Vegas. And it took me like 45 minutes to get back. And, you know, it's Vegas. It's a big city,
yeah.
right? So I get back, phone's gone. I'm like, oh man. And before I could even get back in the car, the hotel, right, which is where we were sitting out front of, I think it was the Mardi Gras, he had turned my phone in
Oh,
and was like, when this crazy tattooed frantic girl comes looking for her phone, just let her know I said I appreciate, you know, the 5 minutes of your time, and I hope, you
no,
know, you have a better night than losing your phone, with like a little smiley face. So
nice.
yeah, just those moments of like that 5 minutes of your time with him, fuck, dude, replacing a phone in Vegas during a work week. And it was like MJ Biz, that would have killed me, you know? And so
Sure, yeah.
you get those moments back. You get those interactions, man.
So
we need more interactions. Whatever happened to like session out, you know?
Johnny Cueball apparently needs to be a co-host on this show because he's coming up with good questions. He actually is asking the same question I wanted to know. So, what's the deal with giving a ticket to homeless people? What kind of BS is that?
Oh, it's so I read his comment. You don't love me. It's just pheromones. I sprayed it on you later. No, I'm just kidding. My boyfriend's gonna beat you up. No, I'm just kidding. No, in fairness though, like, yeah, Vegas, it's actually illegal. Most towns, like, Pismo, I grew up in well, not grew up, but I spent quite a bit of time as a beach bum choosing to be homeless, like, white boxing. People come out of restaurants with leftover white box, the little styrofoam box, it's the term white boxing. And, you know, they would just hand the homeless guy their leftovers. It didn't hurt nobody. It wasn't money. He wasn't panhandling. He wasn't flying a sign. He was probably, you know, just trying to stay, like, maybe a little too tipsy or whatever, like, whatever the case may be. You never know, you know, but it was a meal. It hurt nobody. In fact, it did nothing but benefit. And they made it to where you can't do that because there's like health concerns and there's this and there's that. And like, they could be allergic to shellfish and you give them shellfish and they die. It's like the most absurd shit ever, you know? And, yeah, like, during Vegas events, we would pack, and I mean pack in blankets, hygiene kits, you know, little Ziploc bags, go down to the dollar store, toothbrush, toothpaste, pair of socks, fucking handkerchief, like little shampoo, little conditioner, bro, and it fucking makes somebody's whole week so those little things, you know, and yeah, you can't do that now because I don't know. I have no, the reasons that they give me are the most asinine thing I've ever heard. So I'm not going to go with those reasons. So until somebody can provide me with the reason, I don't know why they ticket you and they made it nearly impossible. Like, no access is no solution, you know? It's just messed up.
Well,
So
it's obvious to everyone why they did it. It's to discourage homeless people from being there. You know, they obviously that's why.
yeah, but see, homelessness, it and I don't mean to preach on the shit, you know, like, but it also coincides with a lot of drug addiction and theories in that regard. Like, yeah, you have your population of homeless or downtrodden that are, you know, fighting addiction, fighting mental health. There's so many reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, I know people right now that have great jobs, lawyers, doctors, like that kind of thing, that are homeless right now because they just lost their house in a wildfire. Never done, but they're stuck right there in that homeless camp because, you know, they lost everything and help didn't come when help said it was going to come, you know? And so there's so many different reasons and nobody knows why another person's in that position, you know? So unless you got like a little scanner, you can start reading people and start giving me real reasons not to. I'm just going to assume they all fucking need help because I would want help.
Well, it's too bad we don't have a way set up to receive funds so that we could buy some
Man,
stuff.
donate it to your local homeless shelters, food banks. You know, right now with the government shutdown, donate what you would have put in that fund straight to the food banks, bro. Because they're going to need help, you know? People freaking need help right now. I am no middleman. Just, you know, and what's the point in sending me your money? Why? I don't know where you need help. You live in your community, you know, be the voice of your community. Where do you think that money should go? Where do you see the people suffering? Take it there. That's where it's needed. I'm just going to lose it with car keys and, you know. And a lighter.
If you have any extra that you don't need and you'd like to donate, I'm accepting Lamborghinis at this point. So if anybody has an extra Lamborghini laying around, they're not using it, or they want to buy me one, I am in a position to receive it. So thank you.
Okay, I retract my statement. If you got a 10-acre grow that's fully self-sufficient, off-grid, I will take that donation.
Okay,
I will do that.
right.
I will do that.
So
I will take one for the team and I will do that for you. I'll relieve you of that burden.
We just had a couple of questions we want to ask before we wrap this all up. And this is kind of my typical stuff here at the end. Do you want to tell anybody? We talked about BizCon. Is there anything else you got that's coming up where you want to tell people about things that you're doing or
Um,
getting involved with what
you know,
Mofire is all about?
so many things. Gotta take my ADHD meds. No, I'm just kidding. As always, I encourage everyone that I come in contact with, follow you guys, follow Penny Lane, check us out at Fat Nugs.
Oh,
You know, one of my closest friends, Nick Scafani's doing some killer things in the sales stuff. I come with a beautiful group of people, and you could probably message any one of us at any time in my little circle and sesh up, and let's create something. Let's create some fucking magic. But yeah, just hit up the magazine, follow Penny, follow myself, check out Everscore. We bring creators and things to you, and they're just universal. To be honest, they're like a one-stop shop of anything weed. So like Weed Wonderland, shopping spree.
oh.
And as always, we're always looking for collabs and sponsorships and advertisers with the magazine. Always, the more the merrier. I want to get this thing out there.
Do you know? Do you know who Permanent Farms is, Kyea?
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah. Hey, bro.
So they've been sending some love here during the show.
Aw,
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah, they're doing killer work. They're doing some cool seed things. They're doing cool seed things right now. They just did Cannaverse. That was cool. I got best photography, so that was kind of fun. I've never had a People's Choice anything other than maybe like disturbing the peace, So that was a really cool experience. Thank you guys for all the love on that one. That was an honor. Yeah, check us
We
out,
want to.
man.
I want to, because I don't know anybody else. Kyea is one of, I don't have a lot of real fans out there, but Kyea is a true fan. She's the only one I know of that's got the notifications turned on YouTube. And I know she does because when I drop a new video, she'll be like, "Hey, what's going on? What are you doing, psycho? I saw your new video." So, man, please, if you want to support the Weedcast, like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications, because I do a lot of stuff that's not just on Tuesdays at 6 o'clock. I drop a lot of
Oh, dude.
clips, and I'm going to drop a lot of stuff that's not related to this coming up in December when we do BizCon, and for months afterwards. I'm going to have content for days. So
We talked about the fact that I stalk y'all religiously. So if you're gonna cry and scream, how'd you get in here? Every time I cuss. No, I'm just kidding. You guys come check him out. Like, it's so fun. And there's always good times to be had. The conversations are lit. And
oh my
if
God.
you live in a world like I live that's not weed related, some of the things are really boring out there. And this is usually the highlights of my day. So yeah. I need Dave.
Finally.
I'm gonna let Aidyl ask the last
This
question.
one?
Yeah.
Okay. Finally, where is the best place for our audience to follow you, see your portfolio, and stay up to date on everything you've got going on?
I'm LinkedIn always. I think we're all a bit, it's our little can of world. But Instagram seems to be my shining little moment. It's a little
Okay.
bit easier for me. I'm always
Okay.
on Facebook. I tend to be a little bit more of a petulant child, sarcastic asshead on Facebook. Then I get kicked off a lot for being a smartass. So I'm usually on Insta. And as a photographer, I'm mostly visual. Insta is very visual. So yeah, check me out. It's Kyea Mofire, all one word, all lowercase, on pretty much freaking everything. So
That's KYEAMOFIRE.
I like your name. Very
Yep.
unique too.
Thank you.
Yeah, is that really your name, or did you just make that up? That sounds like a fake name that somebody made up.
So it is a developed name through I was adopted. And so it's part bio and part adoptive name. And then the Mofire part came because my first 3 grows, I was surrounded by Jamaicans who only spoke patois. And they, instead of trying to figure out how to say my actual name, they would just stand at the top of the hill and be like, "Mofire, man!" And then I would like go and do a lot of the grunt work that they didn't want, like sifting for smalls, If you've ever done big grows, you know what I'm talking about. Like bag counts, like all that erroneous shit nobody wants to do. And so they would always tell, if Kyea works for you, you get more Mofire, you get more fire.
Gotcha.
So hence the Mofire. So yeah. And I took it as an honor. Those guys are beasts at what they do. Patois is a cool language. It's always fun to be like the only weird, goopy, bobbly headed, crazy chick in a room full of really big Jamaicans and speak Patois. That's always fun, and they're always super cool. So yeah, I love that name. I love the culture. It's been a big influence on who I am. Exposure to that specific culture. Yeah. Kyea's roots, Mofire is my future.
After it's typical on my show that after somebody's been a guest, I like to invite them back to be a co-host on a future episode. So that would be really great if you come back again on a future episode and be a co-host. And I would really like it if you could bring some, bigger celebrities on the show. If you could either get Snoop Dogg or Woody Harrelson, either one of those guys, that would be great.
Yeah, give him my number when you talk to him.
Right.
No, I was actually going to bring that up. I've got some pretty cool stuff in the works with some music going on.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're highly. You two would get along. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
And he's pretty well known. To some of the ones that know me, I thought when they first called, I'm not going to name drop because it's just know I am the same person that literally referred 50 cent as 25 cents to his face on accident, not because I was simply thought that was his name. So that was embarrassing. So I carried this trend out throughout my interaction with famous people, where I tend to say the dumbest fucking thing ever all the time. In fact, I just made jokes today about coming on here. I was like, you say stupid stuff online because it's going to happen. And, but yeah, he called. I'm such a fan. I've loved his music for so long. And I thought it was somebody fucking with me. And so I was like, yeah, okay, woo, 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 like, his name. And I was like, you can eat my ass with a silicone spoon because metal will chafe, and hung up the phone thinking I was witty and, humor it. No, they called back on video and my face hit the floor. My soul about came out my butt. It was so embarrassing. And so then I was like, oh, my bad. Tried to play that off. Totally did not play it off. It was absolutely humiliating, but awesome. And so now I get to work with them, which is, so maybe I'll bring them along with me next time or something.
Yeah. Sure. Let's talk about it. Does that sound like something you'd want to do, baby? Aidyl's not really interested in being on any more podcasts.
I know. I love you, Boo. Thank you so much. I'm so honored that you did this for me.
I just love to see you.
I love you too. I was going to tell him, I ain't going if she ain't going. I'm not doing it. I was going to pout and be like, howdy, patty.
That's the only way I can
and
get
if she
her
said
on.
no, I swear to God, I wouldn't have said a word. I just would have held up a ransom note. Like, if you want to see Kyea ever again, you shall bring Aidyl on the show.
Right. All right.
No,
Kyea.
she's on.
Thank you, Kyea.
Thanks so much for coming on the show. It's been great. We've had a lot of fun. We're totally looking forward to seeing you in Vegas.
It's going to be good times, bro.
Nice.
It will be good times.
I look forward to it.
Me too. Let me play some music as some, I don't know. Let's see. Oh, wait. Ooh. We didn't even get to talk about farts and jars.
See, next episode, bro. I'm telling you, I've got a whole new list of questions. Somebody brought up synthetic to me, and how synthetic are required.
I don't know where the link is going to be. It's going to be here somewhere. If you want to see Kyea's and my deep conversation about farts and jars and how the transaction works and the marketing.
I don't believe I don't believe it has economic stability. I just don't. I don't get it.
You're not going to see that kind of content on any other podcast. It's just not
I mean,
going.
you get arrested for helping the homeless or making $1 million farting in jars. Like something's amiss. Something's fishy in this room, and I got to figure out what it is so I can bottle it and sell it.
Oh, I guess we're gonna look at the last comment. Oh, it's Permanent Farms. Have a good evening, everyone. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining in.
Thanks for the love.
Yeah, come back
Appreciate
next
you guys.
week. We're gonna have a great episode next week. Shout out to all my fans.
We love you.
Thanks so much, everybody. We really appreciate it. Thanks for joining in.
Love you guys. Stay high.
Okay. All right. I don't know how to turn this off. We're gonna do this.